sides. Again, Rebirth on that T side. The pistol buyers will see Carson and Retchie with the utility. No kit over on the Whalers. They're going to take straight utility in for Benley. And once again, the odds have shifted back against the Rebirth side. I'm kind of surprised, actually. That seems like some really good odds, considering how they held themselves in that last map up. Now, smokes down, flashes over, Rampage held into the sandwich area. Boo with that first frag. Rampage looking up a secondary kill. Neutral swings out from the danger boxes, getting 3 picks all in all. On for a quadra, perhaps. The headshot's all rolling for him. Flashbang's keeping the T-side players blind. He's got backup here towards Connector. Forced on the reload, heard them drop down. Should hear the footsteps coming out. Quadra for Boo. On for the ace. Here in the pistol, force back without any ammo in the gun. 4 bullets in the magazine. Next up the face. Boo steals it away from Benley. Ace to clutch open the pistol round.
He did it against EG. He did it on the T side against EG. The first round of the game on Mirage J was a T-sided ace coming out from Boo in the pistol, and now he's done it on CT side. It seems like Boo is just the pistol god, the stand-in for the New England Whalers. What a round for him. And towards the end there, once he got 3 kills, he didn't really need to fight at all. He was waiting for his teammates to pull some distractions. That is a beautiful display of talent from Boo.
Unreal, absolutely unreal from Boo. And a big start. I mean, again, as you mentioned, several pistol clutches from him on this map against Evil Geniuses, most notably, obviously. And that was on the T side as well. He's got the 6th frag in this match, by the way. 4-pack to fall to him. Rampage will get Retchie next up over elsewhere in the mid position. 5v3 scenario. I mean, Rebirth are going in this one with a bit of a weird sort of eco bite. And they're going to get picked apart here by the automatics, the SMGs, the rifles, and even the HE nades from DJ. There'll be no chance. This is going to be a 2-0 for the Whalers.
Nice and simple. A couple of upgrades for the T side that haven't really been able to do anything. Rampage does end up falling, so DJ is going to be able to trade out in the end. So only 1 player going down on that CT side, but here come the rifles, Jay. And not a fantastic amount of utility. Smokes and flashes, pretty much no HGs and no Molotov. So I would expect in a round like this to be a lot of dry peeking coming out for Rebirth.
Yeah, 2-0 for the Whalers. And Rebirth back in with those rifles, set in the flashes, the smokes, even they're going to get shot down towards mid. Look at the sprays from Rampage and DJ. Boo even gets involved against Carson. And this is decimation from the New England Whalers.
Oh, what a start. This is putting so much pressure now onto Rebirth. Very, very slow start into the first gun round. Pone alone. Easy as that. Poor Pack has no idea he's there. What a round. And for Rebirth, I spoke about the dryness of what they were going to be able to achieve. They run out from mid with 3 players, and you can see the crosshair looked like it was on the heads, at least to try and tap to window room, but instantly the CTs were just finding kills everywhere through mid.
And again, just how quickly that round was over and done with. Decimation. Absolute decimation there from the New England Whalers. On for a 4-0 perhaps. DJ taking some damage to this mid-control. Carson, the Deagle trying to put it to good effect. I mean, again, these Deagles have been great for Rebirth, but went a bit quiet when they went to that T-side in that last in their last map. Here set out on a deco for all intents and purposes. They have got to just build up to that max loss bonus and go for rifles in round 5.
Rebirth, just seeing if they can find a couple of individual kills. I mean, already a fair bit of map control has been established from the apartment's face. Retchie in the end decides to fall back to a little bit more of a passive approach. A player in through window is going to get a flashbang. Pone alone, that's the first duel. And he may even be able to find a second kill if he wants to swing. Okay.
Phantom do get a couple of kills back in the end. Pone alone there with a Molotov kill on Phantom, so 4-pack, just something for that mid window control, grabbing an AK to potentially work with. Zotic also gets Benley. Okay, now this is more plausible. Plant to be secured, 4-pack's on the way. DJ's heard those footsteps, he knows he's there, and now he'll turn on towards Zotic to get the kick back. Now smokes on, flashes over 4-pack, looking on for the kill. No, DJ takes the double. And a lot of damage being done by Rebirth. Not a bad eco, all things considered.
I'd consider that an excellent round, honestly, Jay. Bob planned 3 kills for just an eco. I think they can be really happy with that. Not too much of an investment there for Rebirth, but some really nice jewels coming out. And you look at the money from the CT side, and obviously before the buy comes through, you know, there's a few players on $8,000. So the money is looking pretty good for the Whalers. So around like that, where 3 players go down, it means that you're going to be able to try and limit to as much as humanly possible. AWP coming in for both sides, Jay. 4-pack and Ponalone. Haven't really seen a lot of AWP duels, especially on Overpass. I feel like Mirage is one of those maps where you see AWP duels a little bit more.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those maps that has the long corridors, you know, when you take a look at like the way that the map is laid out, and you see just, you know, the fact that they've got that mid control, and you've got the apartments area and the open A site, which the AWP can work wonderfully for. One of those maps that I think a lot of people overlook when it comes to talking about AWP heavy maps, like you always refer to the likes of Train, for example, as one of the most AWP heavy maps on the board. Mirage can also sort of like work with that as well, in my opinion. Of course, the big green guns coming out for both 4-pack and Ponalone. No major impact so far for Pone, but we have seen him, of course, step up again on this map against Evil Geniuses on T side. So I can give him a little bit of breathing room here for this defensive half. When it switches to that second half, though, I'm expecting him to absolutely pop off.
4-0 start. Rebirth have just been given mid-control. Have a look at the CT setup, Jay. They're bringing 3 players over to the A bomb site. Deep ab smoke allows for Bentley to push up very aggressively, but this is free range for the T side out mid, and we saw Rampage making these plays over on Overpass, especially around Connector. He's pushing Palace. He's not going to see anything.
Warp in that mid position, wrapping back over Phantom. Trying to back up 4-pack as Carson starts to enter out. Does he see the player behind the danger box? I don't think he does. Ponalone with the AWP watching in. Ooh, ready. Ponalone falls. There's a kill back on Carson. Can't return to Retchy though, as they bait in the AWP to get a 2-for-1 trade against their name. Not a great setup for the Whalers side, but Rampage is still in the Palace area. You've mentioned that and pointed it out appropriately. He's waiting and waiting for Rebirth to make a mistake.
They can't check Palace. Surely they're not going to know. He's going to be able to swing on. You would expect them to plant maybe for CT around that default position. This could be a really big chance for Rampage to find a couple of kills, Jay.
Now AWP seen second play on the sandwich position. Retchy adjusts against it. 3-on-2 scenario. The New England Whalers trying to make their way into the site. Nades up, going to miss against Retchy back at Tetris. Phantom ready towards Connect against that kill on Bentley. And Zotic closes out on DJ. That's more like it for Rebirth, starting things off here on the T side.
Impressive. That's all I can say. I tell you what, that should have been a very easy secondary kill to come out from Rampage, but there is an instant 90-degree flick. That's very, very fast from Rebirth. Great to see their sort of reactability. And we mentioned, Jay, about like the economy and that when we saw that eco round with 3 players going down, look at the knock-on effect. It means that Ponalone, the AWPer for this CT side, is going to be on a swag 7.
AWP, a 4-pack, also down that mid-control. The Molotovs look for the opening map positions here in the opening kill. The Swag 7 comes up with a good kill on the bomb planter, but no further than that. Phantom and 4-pack get those straight together. Ooh, here it the spray transfer to 3. Only gets 2 picks. One more player in sandwich though, and Carson will get that trade back. Now all left to Rampage. Here in the open air, the slight spray through connects 1, and now to a 1 versus 1 against 4-pack. This Glock will face in against him. Rampage, aggressive hit from the Rampage. The AWP spray through doing a ton of damage, and the shot will miss as Rampage connects 2 frags. A massive play from Boo though, really brought the chance back for the Whalers.
I love the confidence. He pushes, up through stairs, over the smoke, onto Tetris, gets 2 kills, almost lines up the 3rd, and then Rampage comes back with a really big clutch, a great 1-on-2 for him. And he's been a player, Jay, that I think's been really vital for this team. I know that his stats always don't tell the big picture, but I tell you what, so far in Mirage, he's had a hell of a lot of impact. He's been involved in some really big rounds.
It's a 5-1 start for the CT side of the New England Whalers. Rebirth not making nearly as good a chance on this offensive line as they did in the last map, as they have done on Mirage in the past. And again, off history, this is the New England Whalers' worst half of the 2. Seen up against the Rebirth camp. They've got the smokes on 4 T-side players into that mid control. P90 for Boo here at the close quarters combat. Backed up eventually will start to fall away. Try and find a different angle to work with because, again, Rebirth are going to pull their way out of con. Flashes over 4-pack, gets that pick on Pwn alone. Boo back in further away from position. Got to take this fight against Zotic, which is going to lose pretty effectively here. 4-pack's got DJ on lock, and the New England Whalers in such awkward post, on-site defensive positions. They're going to get picked apart here by the Rifles.
Yeah, it looked like the New England Whalers, Jay, were just kind of caught off guard there. We saw Rebirth taking complete connector control. All 5 players were there, and no one really had any information. They heard a bit of utility and some footsteps, and then Boo, with that P90, it looked like he was trying to get back from Tetris to ramp, and he just got wide swung upon. They had no idea that could have been a capability. Back and forward rounds now between the 2 sides. Money is just in tatters for the Whalers. And Benleet's going to try and hold on to this M4, but he's getting hunted down. Ooh. Okay. We have a look at the buy, Jay. A force buy has to come through on that CT side. The Deagles, bit of armor, little bit of utility, not a massive amount, but Rebirth, looks like they're just setting themselves up for a simple AXE. Something that we saw a little bit against Furia was just this simple A executions from them.
Rampage finds the opening kill for the New England Whalers. Retchi to fall. Martov's down out in the open, flashes over towards that connector rotation where the CTs are so far away. Plant down here on the danger box. Losing some damage to Carson, he takes a ding back as well. They'll get that info out from the CT side, so a lot favouring the Whalers. The spray through of Zotic, trying to get the kill of the player. And Tickaboo, Benley's going to come up with a kill though. DJ starting to lean in as well. 5v3, trying to make it 2, but Zotic gets 2 of his own instead. 2 players heavily tagged though. Phantom getting involved in this one. Polo turns around, 4-pack gets Benley. Rifle picked up, Wolfbang taken. 1v1, they're going to take that fight, but can't seem to win it. No kit, no utility. Going to tap it, try and force Phantom to peek, try to get the damage done. He on his eek around the spray comes good, but again, no extra time for the defusal. Grab the orb, and for the Whalers, there's a decent round, but a force buy, they can't afford to buy back.
Yeah, look, they at least get a bit of a silver lining of that AWP, but yeah, look, they were looking to win that round, and for Rebirth, they just went in for the simple execution, and it was a 5-on-3 really quickly. And they get lucky that they just try and waste as much time as possible. A bit of a contest on our hands, Jay. We had a 4-0 start coming out for the New England Whalers, but now it's starting to chip back in for Rebirth. Getting closer and closer to try and tie up this scoreline. And you've got to think in a round like this, you've really only got the AWP that's going to be able to find the majority of the damage.
Yeah, Pwnalone just got to be the main fragger at this stage. He's placed out in the apartments, ready for a B-center play. I mean, they're leaning in towards this short control. They won't be able to take contact against Rebirth, though, because of their apartments-based setup. They'll catch DJ instead, taking him down. Doubling up on Rampage, quick kills on the A site. Molotov's down to force the 3rd player to face in. Zotic going to get his triple. Nice and efficient against Boo and Co. 1 player left in Benley, also dealt with towards that CT spawn, and Pwn alone, 1 versus 5. Just has to fall back and save the AWP. It's not worth it throwing this weapon away.
Yeah, look, I suppose when I was sort of thinking about it, if he was going to be the Bay player, if they end up going A, then he's going to try and hold on to the AWP, but they're going hunting. Look at Carson in the apartments. Finally, some footsteps are going to be heard, but there is a lot of players now trying to surround Pwn alone with this AWP. That's a sharp shot, looking for the second. Very close, but not close enough. And Phantom, in the end, is going to be able to find the final bullet. A 4 on the board for Rebirth. The buy can come back. Pwn alone can buy, well, he was $50 short of being able to invest in AWP and body armor, so instead, Jay, it would have been glass cannon. He just goes for the M4 instead.
Yeah, makes sense. He held on to that AWP, that would have been great, but not to be. M4's in across the entire board, as you mentioned. The Whalers still going to take boost straight out towards the short control. Didn't see the T-side player that was there. 4pack gets Rampage, but DJ out for the trade. Meanwhile, smokes down with a set piece into the A site, and there's no one actually to defend it. This heavy mid control taken away from the A central defensive. Spray through blind will do damage to the T-side, but not that much. Plant can be secured. Retake got to come through for the New England Whalers.
They do have a backstab coming out for Boo. Someone's got to make eyes on this for the T side. Oh, the bomb plant doesn't even go down, Jay. They spam the default boxes, and now Boo can make a monster play. Rather than coming in from ramp, he's coming in from Palace. Surely, no one is going to expect this on the T side.
They hit like 4 dinks on the planter. Carson's picked it up, and now Boo's moving in. Sees Palace, sees Stairs, takes them both down. Last round of firebox, they're closing in now for the CT camp. The Whalers have to defend their lead against the Rebirth side. What a retake there from them. And again, the amount of dinks they got on that bomb planter, I didn't even know it was possible to take them down that easily, especially with an M4 no less.
Yeah, you know when you're in like the Inferno T-Sport and you're like just glocking at the bell? That's exactly what it was. It was like dink after dink after dink. And in the end, the health was going slightly and like further and further down. What a big round for the New England Whalers. They get away with 3 AKs too. Okay, Jay. Well, it looked like Rebirth was going to be able to get a pretty simple bomb plant, but no. Not the case whatsoever.
Instead, it's just M4's in again to try and decimate the rifles into the mid-control. Pone alone and DJ getting involved. One player down there trying to challenge on the magnetic control. Pone alone hunting for his triple. Gets them all to fall.
Wow.
How quick and easy was that for the Whalers? And the way they've been playing so far on the CT side, some of these rounds have looked so confident. You question how Rebirth can even have the morality to try and bring this back.
I tell you what, like in the early stages of this CT side of Mirage, like Bentley has been calling really passive. Oh my goodness, even a knife for DJ. I didn't even see him in that position. But the one thing I was going to touch on is like the first sort of 4 or 5 rounds of Mirage, they weren't even taking mid control. They were just giving it up to the T side. We saw a lot of plays through connector. They were getting players up in window room for Rebirth. And then all of a sudden, these last sort of 2 or 3 rounds, they've made a bit more of an intent to take mid control away. And that was just chaos. There were so many gunfights out from mid, and it was the Whalers winning those fights.
Straight in for the Whalers once again with his rifles out against the Eco. Decimation coming through. DJ with 2, 4pack, the only player to get a kill. The AWP focusing on that last man, knowing exactly where Phantom is. Just knew the wallbang shot to come through in the end. It's 8-4 for the New England Whalers. A half being taken on the CT side. And for Rebirth, that's not good. Again, to mention what I was talking about, compared to Overpass, it's the complete opposite in terms of their advantages. They're such a much better T-side squad than they are on CT.
Yeah, look, and it's confidence for the Whalers. I know that they're still 8 rounds away from being able to 2-0 this series, Jay, but you've got to think, if they're able to 2-0 Rebirth, that game against Triumph, you'd have to think is going to be a little bit easier for them in terms of the momentum they've been able to build up in terms of confidence. Look at this from Boo. He's so aggressive, and he's even got DJ to try and back him up. They keep trying to fight out to top mid. There's a play in underpass. DJ gets 3K. He steps up massively, and now 4pack is left to try and recover the bomb and recover this round.
Wow, this is looking more and more confident by the minute here for the New England Whalers. How DJ gets up towards that mid position and gets a 3K without having any sort of major contest against him. And yet they did lose Rampage and Boo, but they got 4 picks in trade. And DJ's really having a fantastic game so far. You know, again, as you mentioned, he's been quiet throughout New York, but here in this series, had some very key moments over on Overpass. And now, 13 frags here on Mirage. Been a great game from him so far.
It certainly has been. A 4pack's going to try and see if he can make his way out of B, but that's not even a possibility. And Bentley finding that last kill, meaning Rebirth, no bomb plant, no money. They're probably going to have to eco for round 15. And I tell you what, pressure has got to be mounting to an all-time high now for Rebirth. Again, you do make the point that this is the T side, but they've They've just got to get more rounds. And what is going on with the buy, Jay? What's going on here?
Oh,
We've
it's
got
falling apart.
3 players that have forced, and then some that haven't.
The coordination's fallen apart at this stage. Like, Rebirth are not on the same page at all. That's not an encouraging sign here for this late stage of the half, and certainly not for this map up, because Rebirth still have a chance on the CT side. Pine alone taking that frag out, kicking things off again against Carson, one of the players that half bought into this one. I mean, Retchy eventually follows suit with the full buy. So from Rebirth, it's a little bit weird. Eventually they do kind of get themselves to a decent formation, but again, just to see them not sort of be in that angle and not be in that position from the start of the round, like, it just tells me that communication is broken down now for the T side.
Ooh, I tell you what though, that's a big entry coming out from 4-Pack, but there's still 2 players, or 3 players I should say, on this A-bomb side. We'll see what Boo's been able to do. Rampage
Surely
trying to sell
not.
as much of a base as possible. Oh, they don't quick sandwich check! Boo's gonna get 2 kills! This is so big from him, but he needs more help. He needs DJ to rotate in, and now it's down to the 1 versus 2, but the bomb's still yet to get picked up.
Lurking in towards the jungle position, fight and loses it to 4-Pack. I can't believe that. Rebirth walked into a site with 3 CTs at the man disadvantage, and somehow this broken force spike comes up good for a 5th round.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable, Jay. And look, maybe we questioned the buy there. Zodic got some superb entries. That's one way of putting it. They didn't check sandwich, but it wasn't even enough for the New England Whalers. Running double orbs, Bentley and Ponalone to try and get to 10 rounds at the turn of the half. Boo's aggressing up through mid. Flashbang's going to get him a little bit blind. He might have to try and fall back now because the element of surprise has been gone.
Nades up. Damage done to the T side. Rampage gets that opening kill, but look at 4-Pack. He snuck his way past the smoke. He's in connector right now, being challenged by Polon. He knows he's there. DJ takes a passive angle and still gets swung upon to get taken out. AK Retchy base in, takes Rampage and gets the warp, the drop and everything. Bentley rotating out towards shore. Boo's on his way in via the ladder room now, going into the sniper's nest. Carson will challenge them directly, but a 2v4 Rebirth have really come alive at the end of this half.
Yeah, a couple of really big rounds for them, Jay, to get 2 in a row to try and close out the half. And 4-Pack's even behind 2 members on the CT side. This should be an easy couple of kills. Retchy chiming in, and 4-Pack 2. 9-6 half for the Rebirth side. We're going to head to a short break. Do not go anywhere.
Let's get it right. Take it to the Lord, then take it to the grave. Listen to the wise man, tell me what to say. Listen to your heartbeat like it still bleed. A little bit of hope, yeah, it's what we still need. Say a little prayer for the moment. Give what you got, just go in. Can't hold you back if you own it. Live your life like a chosen, no matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. If it don't hurt me, it makes me stronger. What I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take it no more. If I won't, I won't be there. Just leave it to me. I know what I need. You'll find if you see. And if you believe, you live and you breathe. You hesitate to say over a year. Still it feels like I saw you every day. Tired of hanging around the ones that always need an explanation. I don't need to every day. Explain myself, don't hold it against me if I'm somewhere else. Put all the masks that I had on the shelf. Wish I could stay, but it's bad for my head. Something's coming. I wanna be everything I thought that I can never be. Build me up, piece by piece. Figured out by all the parts that made me. Used to feel like I belonged to a certain place or a town.
The Whalers do hold a lead at this stage, but a close one above Rebirth. And going into their T side, this is where they did the most amount of damage against the Evil Geniuses, but Rebirth have shown they're not willing to go down without a fight. So the pistol's set, the defusing the Phantom is smoked down, and here comes the utility quick out for the New England Whalers. Retchi with that kill on Ponelo. Smokes back coming through towards Connect, will leave jungle relatively open. DJ and Boo will take minimal damage, they hunt for kills and get the bomb down immediately here on the site. Boo with a trade back 4v4.
Oh, Boo and pistols. We've seen what he's been able to do, Jay. He's only got 1 kill so far, but at least the post plants come in. They've got jungle control. This is forcing Rebirth to try and retake out from CT.
So much damage done to the HP numbers of the Whalers. Rampage on 1 point of health. Damage still being sustained by the CTs though as DJ pops out the high HP player, the linchpin individual. And the bomb not getting tapped here. They've got the kit on Phantom. The smoke is up. They're sticking it. Someone's got to get the kill right now. They're not landing the bullets. And they get everybody user. He gets an exit frag on the way back out. Even looking to double up. Doesn't quite get the last man. But that's a 7th for Rebirth nonetheless.
Look, unfortunate there for the New England Whalers. They were taking 2 long-range fights, and when you've got a diffuser, you want to, get the knives out, try and play up close and personal, try and spam the hell out of that smoke, and in the end, they just could not find the bullets. What they did find, though, Jay, was a bomb plant. That's going to allow the Force Buy to come in to follow. It's Galil's across the board. No MAC-10s, nothing like that. So light utility, but it is rifle.
The bomb plant may still buy a way back in here if the Whalers can respond and get a major advantage. Popping out a Palace burst through on the headshot. Gothic doesn't quite take him down. They will tag him. Boo will be the first casualty. Phantom and 4-Pack follows suit. 4-Pack doubles up on DJ as well. Rampage left standing alone. Bomb out in the open. So much damage done to the CT side, but only 1 kill goes the way of the Whalers. And now is Rebirth's chance to look confident.
Look, they tried something different there, Jay. They went for a dry walk or sort of dry peek out from Palace. You could see there from their in-game leader of Bentley, he saw a person towards CT, was trying to tap away, did some damage, but then once they start to swing out from Palace and from Ramp, with no utility down, it just makes it so much more difficult to find those entries. Rotations came in really quickly. And Rebirth find their 8th. We're going to be on for a tied scoreline. This is just an eco for the Whalers.
Oh, Boo with a deagle shot to start things off, but the Nays to return back from the CT side gets the kill. Phantom and Retchi cross-firing to dismantle. Indeed, they'll drop that bomb. Retchi hunting for a quadra overall. He will get shut down by going to do aggressive against Boo. The Phantom's there to keep the kills going the way of the Rebirth side. 9-all. The CTs are on fire, but the Whalers have a bye.
I tell you what, this has been one wild Mirage. We're seeing a lot of chaotic rounds, a lot of big trading from both sides. And for Rebirth, they've got, the last 2 rounds at the end of the half, they've been able to follow that forward going into the CT side, so they're building a bit of momentum now. It will be 5 rounds in a row. Now going into the rifle round, it's AKs across the board for the T side, and Retchi's going to try and go for something pretty aggressive.
Boo gets shut down by Carson instead. Rachel gets that SMG frag in of his own right. Zotic continues to hold Pwn alone. And right now the T-side players are just still falling apart. Rampage doing everything he can to get it back, but this fast pace from the Whalers is dealt with so well by Rebirth. DJ, we can find 4-pack, did the damage early on. He's still there behind the ticket booth. The spray through from Phantom still comes through from short as he pops out open into the connected area, and Rebirth are going to claim the lead away from the Whalers.
Now, I think the one big thing the Whalers need, Jay, on this T side is AWP for Pwn alone. We saw what he was able to do against EG with the entries from Palace, from Ramp, from Mid. He was finding a hell of a lot of impact on the map. I'd love to see the AWP investment coming out from him. There are max round loss bonus they can afford to buy to around 2,000. They've got Deagles, they've got a couple of upgraded pistols, utility, armor. This should be a round that they can at least try and do some damage. Nade stack out to the connector area. No one's there. No damage dealt.
No chance to open up the round here for the Whalers, nor for Rebirth. So half buy coming in, the pistols out for the T side. Slowly but surely, quietly, they wait for an opportunity to present itself to open up this round, an opener that they absolutely need here. The New England Whalers suppress back on the back line. Rebirths need to try and stop any chance of this force by doing any damage. So for both teams, with the scoreline being this down to the wire, it's an important bit round regardless.
And this is looking to be an A split on the cards for the Whalers. Utility out to the A bomb site. They've still got two players that are going to try and come with the connector out from mid, but it's 4-pack's AWP to find a couple of kills, Jay. He's really starting to make some movement now. DJ finds a response, but so does Boo. It's back to a 3 versus 3.
No one's checked Dark. Rampage going to go down as DJ also set to fall. And now all that's left is Boo in a 1v3. Also flanked out here from the short control of Carson. Damage being done, burst through. They know where he is. They'll shut him down in the end. 3 alive for the Rebirth side. And the Whalers got a lot more done to that last round as they did in the previous ones. Again, down to the passive defaults and working in for the kills. But now a tactical pause will get called for the T side. They recognize that everything they're throwing at the wall right now, it's not working.
Yeah, look, I think Rebirth are really starting to come alive, Jay. We have a look at the scoreline. It was 9-4 at one point for the Whalers. So this is 7 rounds in a row now for Rebirth, if you include the end of the T side, and now over on CT. And Benleet's had a pretty rough game. 4 kills and just 13 deaths from him. Yes, his teammates are stepping up in the kill count, but maybe this is an opportunity where he can start to explode. And they're even running double orbs on CT, Jay. 4-pack and Reggie.
Big green guns coming out so early for Rebirth, and in such a an abundant fashion could really shut down the Whalers. You mentioned that double orb setup and why it's so viable earlier on. And they're going to play one into the A site control. I believe that's 4-pack taking control of the ramp position. No mid control from the CT side. Even that secondary orb out on the apartment. Challenging on Pwn alone, but Pwn alone gets that kill. He was the standout player a couple days ago. And now trying to reface and get a secondary frag, trying to bolster his numbers and try to get some impact on the board for the New England Whalers. There's a player out there, does not fire away.
I think he heard the footstep though, so he's still got info that there's a player around that van position. And as soon as they've got the AWP and Pwn alone's hand on the T side, instant impact. Mid control can come through too. Now Rampage, I think he's out through the short position. Or no, he's in underpass. Whalers going back to the A bomb site. I tell you what though, Jay, they're going to be running into a stack here. 2 players close in ramp. This could get very, very ugly.
Phantom and Zotic set to the crossfire. No Palace control for the CTs. No Palace presence from the T side either. Phantom taking face. They're going to check this position. At the ramp entrance first. He loses fights. Damage being done to 3 individuals. You see all that red on Benley and Boo. 4-pack will finish off the job to Benley. Zotic, no Netherwolves. Dark Rampage will spray through that wall, get the frag. 4v2 now. The New England Whalers. Molotovs and nades coming in and force 4-pack away. Carson's going to fall elsewhere on the rotation. And the orb surely has got to save from this point.
Yeah, there's no way back into this for 4-pack. Even saving's going to be tough because he knows Rampage was playing somewhere around jungle. That's a good read. Now there's a chance to actually hold on to this orb. That's a really, really nice kill from 4-pack. Great way of reading the situation there.
And the Whalers back in it with their first in this T side half. Rebirth have built up a money state, though. It has been worn into again. The double AWP setup was costly for the CT side. The fact that they lost one of those AWPs may end up coming back to bite them here. What is the call from Rebirth in terms of the buy? Well, they should be able to afford mostly rifles. Rexy might have a couple of problems. Pack might have to buy it in, try and invest back towards him. What's the call here from Rebirth?
Double AWP again, in my opinion. I know that they didn't find too much success with it in the last round, but yeah, I think it's a good move. I think I've seen a lot of potential in this double AWP, and it's expensive. There's no doubt about it, but look, Whalers have finally been able to win one round in this T side. What a way would it be to find a response? This could be a really fast B side execution, Jay. They've got the arch smokes down already.
This didn't work for the Whalers last time, and they're going to get caught up in the window. Fourth pack with the kill, backed up by Carson doing the damage. AWP getting that pick apart. Good flash timing from Benley, actually, catching his own teammate for a frag, and the bomb gets dropped by 4pack. DJ to fall, Benley to fall, Pone alone to fall, and the Whalers just get shut down on the B side here.
Wow. Okay. Now, that was a big change-up from the New England Whalers. We haven't really seen a B-side XE like that on a gun round when it comes to Mirage in this game. And they try something very, very different, and it so does not work. Wow, Jay. What a shutdown from Rebirth.
And again, the Whalers, the moment they change that pace, go back to the fast stats of the fast executions that they had in the early part of the half. When they start falling apart, they can't do that again. They need to go play these defaults because that was what was working for them. Only one round so far here on T side, and this is not looking like the Whalers T side that I'm familiar with. Not the one that got them so close against Evil Genius. Is not the one that I thought was swinging against Rebirth.
Oh, I tell you what, though, that could be the change in tide. Rampage, oh, he gets 2 kills, Jay. Oh, this is a massive round for the Whalers, and this has to be an instant save for Rebirth. This has just come out of nowhere. Rampage just did all the work by himself. He opened up that A-bomb site.
How many times have you seen the Triangle of Death get dismantled by 2 players? I can't believe the Whalers just took that apart. That should not have been around. They should have won. They should not have found those entries. Yes, the connector control was well set, but that should have been traded. Rampage should not have been allowed to do what he did. And now it's a 1 versus 5. The AK just left to hold on to it here for Phantom. Pone got him suppressed. We can't make his way out of the apartment's entrance here on the T half of the map. Got to take the fight against Rampage and stay there as well. There's wallbang potential into this backline. Flash to be suppressed. Khalil in. Phantom gets that kill. Is he rotating out? No, Boo just took him down. That's the frag. That's the 11th. The Whalers back in. Rebirth. The money line looking even more shaky than prior.
Can't buy. Yeah, no, they can't buy here. Like, you've got to think for Rebirth, just eco. Get the deagles out. You know how much damage you've been able to do it. Exotic in particular has been a fantastic deagle player for this side. To be fair, actually, Rebirth, I think, have had better deagles than the Whalers have when it comes to these kind of buys. Oh, Jay, it's down to the wire. It's only a deficit of 1.
Opportunity for the favorites to get back in control. And even on the ecos, they're playing out the defaults, recognizing that if they stack to site and they rush in, they're going to get picked apart once again. They can't take those strats in against the Rebirth side. Flash for Exotic. Well, no, actually, Pantalon's just going to face one against him as he just faces blind. No flashes, no kills so far for the CTs, but Pantalon is isolated in his 1v1. He's got to win this fight. They could get a bomb control, and indeed, they drop him, actually. DJ swinging up, and they've lost quite a lot. Rexy and Phantom are getting 2 more picks. No, not like this. USPs and eco round coming into the CT. They're doing so much damage. They do eventually win that fight towards T-Spawn, but now 4pack's swinging in to get his piece of the pie.
Get the weapons over, chuck them over the fence. Like, I know it's a tough one, but you really don't want to be giving those up to the CTs. And 4pack's just found even more info. He knows that they're still in T-Spawn. And what that's going to allow is the underpass play to come out from Phantom to start pushing forward and try and sandwich them in.
3-on-3, and Phantom's ready for this app's position, but the T's are going to break away from that, start leaning in towards short control. 1 player in the mid area. Carson from Sniper's Nest. Going to start dry facing in, looking for a pick. Sees that one man, gets the tag off, but DJ gets the kill instead. Now 4-pack with his own deagle set in, doing damage again towards Rampage, the next player to face. Now 3 hungry T-side players to deal with. Headshot's got to get landed, and Rampage shuts him down. All left to Phantom in the 1v3, and they are pretty low HP in fairness, so he could go for this retake and still make it happen.
Might as well try his luck at it. They're going to buy in the next round as it is. I tell you what, that's a fantastic recovery coming out from the New England Whalers. There was a point there where you honestly thought that Rebirth could have taken that round. They had bomb control. They did a lot of damage. They had dinks up by the USP. It even makes you think if those USP players just would have had a P250 or maybe even a Deagle, we could have had an even more of a different round. Double AWPs again. No money on the reserve for this CT side. They have completely bought into this, Jay.
Yeah, heavy investment rounds, little utility to work with for Rebirth. Look at the aggression from the AWP 4-pack. Top frag in the server, going to get his 25th frag of the game. DJ picked out there in a very awkward angle to work with. Found that start for the CT side. The New England Whalers down by a man here. And they still go passively, still trying to pick back a frag or two.
A good start for Rebirth. They get that opening man advantage. You saw DJ was trying to jiggle Pete the angle, ended up wide swinging. Where's the response from the New England Whalers? Are they going to go for another B side XCJ? They've struggled over towards this B bomb side. It's really been A where they found the majority of their success, but just looking at where they're positioned, this looks to be a B play unless they start to get some underpass control or back off and start to retake mid. The bomb's going to start to move its way to A, so you'd have to expect this has got to be a split and the B players are going to go underpass.
Bentley setting the utility up. Smoke down, I believe that's for jungle. No, connect to jungle, actually. Okay, well, they'll blind off their players, making their way in, coming on the pass, as you mentioned, but the utility's still coming down. The Molotov's in. Bit of resistance there from the jungle positions. They keep their eyes on 4-pack. Will get Pwn alone here towards ramp. Zotic still in dark, and Bentley can't change his mind on this. AWP Retchy catches Rampage, swings in on Boone, gets a quick scope. 2 frags for him, but 3 for 4-pack, being the impact fragger right now for Rebirth. 13-12, they're back in the lead.
Okay. Oh, how things have changed, Jay. Retchy, the double AWPer on this CT side, just comes up with 2 really sensational kills. Really fast flicks too. And now they've been able to take back the lead. And the New England Whalers are the one that's in economy trouble. Pwn alone with the AWP looking for an opening duel out from A-ramp. This looks like it's going to be an A-set piece, Jay.
Whalers are stacked up for it. Back to basics. I think the second set piece we've seen so far in this map up. Orb watching in. AWP set to the back lines. 4-pack on the precipice for 30 bomb. He's watching on for these flashes that will come down. Smoke on towards connector. That will leave a line in for Retchy. And they're going to set up this utility full back, it seems. I mean, that's what it looks like initially, but they're still leaning in towards the A positions now.
Now, this is going to be a set piece. Now, they have to deal with this crossfire. Zotic's going to find the first contact. When do the rotations start to come through? Nothing's come through. It's actually Retchy that's getting baited in, and that's a great AWP shot from Pwn alone, but they need to deal with Zotic on the site, and they've been able to do so.
Retchy falls as well, and connector. Phantom comes up with a trade back. 3-on-2. Short control established. Bentley planting open for Sandwich. Facing a Rampage also goes awry. They think they're plotting danger box, but it's a 2v2. They've backed up out of the sight. 1 in from ramp. That's the Orb of Pawn still watching. The bomb is planted for both players, so it could still be a swing and a hit. Watching the stairs and watching the Sandwich. Smoke on the bomb itself, actually towards the cross. Now there will be a secondary smoke coming out towards that bomb. Incendiary to the back lines. Phantom gets Ben. Pwn alone. Got a fire onto the bomb diffuser right now. He misses. The comes through. And Rebirth are going to steal it away. Taking that AK down was the crippling crutch taken from the Whalers. And it's 14-12 now for Rebirth.
Second ninja defuse for Rebirth in this half, Jade. They were able to do it in the pistol, and they've now just done it again. You have a look at where that bomb's planted for open for ramp. You've got a sandwich and a ramp player of Pwn alone with that AWP, and the utility usage is just superb for Rebirth. They have that first smoke, then the second, and it blocks off a huge sightline disadvantage for the ramp player. They get on that bomb, they start defusing, Phantom backs up the best that he can. A 14th round for Rebirth. The New England Whalers are going to take their second tactical pause. They're going to be force buying into this. Risky call to make, but they don't want to play for OT.
Tactical pause to try to figure out how they're going to approach this round. Oh, the Whalers so close to getting that round together as well. That's going to be really, really distressing for them. But they can still win this with 4 rounds back-to-back. It's not that far gone of a conclusion. I would usually play for OT personally, but the Whalers can still have an opportunity if they can connect this round together. Double orbs coming in from 4Pack, and Retchy once again 4Pack out to that mid control. Still hunting for his 30. Edge of the smoke. Big gap there being seen by at least one player. Turns around to Benley, but Benley still finds the frag. Crosshair placement not perfect, and it's not good enough.
Yeah, look, 4Pack, it took him a little bit of time to adjust to that, and Benley just capitalizes on that advantage. That's a big, big kill to be found, especially considering that that's one of the AWPers, one of the main AWPers for their CT side too. 4Pack's getting closer and closer to trying to develop a 30 bomb. Now they slow it down, Jay. It's been a while, maybe sort of 15 seconds or so since they got that kill. Now they slow the momentum right down, try and see if they can force in a mistake of Rebirth. And Carson's looking like he wants to aggress.
Sitting back here towards this entrance to the apartment. It's just going to be utility thrown out by DJ, so they won't lean into this position just yet. They will start to make their way in from short, though. That's a line into the B side they can work with. They just have to deal with Carson here in the window position. 45 seconds, and now Phantom's going to make his way in from Marcus. Still got one player holding connector control. Whalers playing around connector instead. They had that presence out there earlier. Rector with the AWP finds DJ. Looking on the palace, expecting the stick. Oh! That's on Rampage. What a good frag. Oh, a leg shot to Boo. He stays alive at 15 HP. And Carson and Phantom now coming back up for the retake. Two-pronged attack into this A site. As Carson makes his way into the ramp position. They're backed up. I don't know if Boo recognizes he's here. He will turn around, anticipate that backstab, and he's that kill. Headshot comes in, and Phantom left to clutch it here. Kit on him, no smoke, needs 3 kills. The time is ticking away. He spotted one as one was ramp, but now receiving fire. He's backing up out of the round.
Oh, he's going to try and get to that AWP, Jay. He just recovers it, so it's something being brought forward. And it all starts with Benley, and I'll tell you what, that was a really nice call coming out from the in-game leader of Benley. It looked like they wanted to split into that B bomb side, and they would have had no info that Carson had pushed that far aggressively. Instead, they lean over towards that A bomb side. Retchy does so much damage with his AWP. 2 kills to tag onto the third. If he found that kill, maybe there was a way back into the round, but Rebirth, they get a little bit lucky there that he doesn't connect onto the third.
Now watching that clip is so frustrating because like an inch higher and he would have been able to get the kill as well. Like that's how much of a difference that AWP shot really was. And
They're
for
forcing.
Rebirth, that's crippling on the economy. M4s, AWPs coming out, 5.7s and Deagles. Like you say, they have to. They have no choice in the matter. They can eco the next round, buy up on around 30 and try play for OT at the worst case scenario for them here.
Retchy. Oh, the Deagle, the timing could be everything. That's Rampage going down. There's a second player. Benley's by himself. He could get an individual one-on-one trade here. And Zodic's still here to try and back him up. Finally, Benley is able to turn it back into the 4 versus 4. And now Zodic's time to strike, but he doesn't expect DJ behind him.
That bullet whizzed past his head. DJ almost got flicked upon by that Deagle, but it didn't happen. Fortunate for him, he can take that frag, take the apartment's control, and Whalers can continue to hold this back line from here. They've got Benley, who is low. That much is true. But the rest of the players unscathed in this 4v3 scenario, and now they've just got Phantom to deal with this M4. Back line of the site, the Molotovs coming in, and flashes over and out. Phantom seeing the Molotov on site, trying to flick back towards one player, gets DJ to fall. 3 more to find, gets the headshot on the secondary front. Trying to make it a triple! All alone, now alone. Orp versus 3. He's found his first. He's not found his second, but he's found the contact. Shot to 4-pack and P250 against the pistol of Carsten. M4 picked up, trying to isolate that frag. Knows that he's there towards the market window. Now held towards the corner. Needs this space. Oh, he wants to P250. It just saves the run. The Whalers! Oh my god, pandemonium to the B site! The team's just come out good!
Oh my goodness, Jay. Both players were whiffing. Phantom, he was the only player at B. He finds 3 kills and it's still not enough for Rebirth. Pone alone clutches the 1 versus 3, realizes his best chance is going over to that M4. He's got 10 bullets here in this exchange, goes back to the P250. Oh my goodness, Jay. What a clutch. What a clutch.
I can't, like, just watching that absolute ludicrousness. Just imagine the situation for Pololo. Just like M4 runs out of ammo. Just like, what are the odds?
Yeah.
What are the odds? Oh my god. Tactical called for the Whalers and tactical as well for Rebirth following that. Both in the same freeze time because it's 14 Oldwag and the Whalers, they've got the momentum on their side.
Imagine the comms. Imagine the comms at the end of that 1-on-3. Jay, that's got to be one of the biggest clutches I think we've seen today, at least in terms of importance, right? A 1-on-3, now 14-14, Rebirth after Eco. They've got hardly any money. They're on 2,400 in the next round, so they'll just be able to scrape away with a buy. They won't be able to get an AWP. It will be tough if they go for it with Phantom dropping it. Oh, this is everything. This should be Whalers taking the lead, Jay.
Whalers taking the map and series points. It's Ben and DJ with those 2 picks. 5-on-3 scenario. Retchi and Co falling back through the window. Mid-control established. Zotic's with his back turned to the majority. T-side force. Rampage ready to receive this. Sees him, sprays, takes that frag. And the Whalers continue the warpath straight up to the A site. One more player facing in here, going to get that shoulder bait into, at least catch that player off guard. Swing in from Retchi, though, not going to go well. Blocked to face that last player, burst fire, gets that kill. 3 picks. And the Whalers, they have themselves that 15th, the all-important 15th. Match point to the favourites. Rebirth have got to go to overtime.
And Phantom doesn't buy an AWP. You think about who's been AWPing on Rebirth's side, it's pretty much just been 4-back and Retchi. I know that Zotic picked it up for a round or 2 on Overpass. We'd never seen Phantom pick it up. And they're just going for M4s, Jay. So we've seen Rebirth running single AWPs and double AWP setups for a large majority of this second half. And now we go to round 30. It's do or die. Rebirth have to try and take it to OT. Whalers can finish the series right here.
They can indeed, but will they finish this series? That is the question on everyone's mind, including the Whalers themselves. Rebirth going to do everything they can to stop it. Here held, active on B, passive on A. Only 1 player on the A side directly. Zotic here towards disconnected control outside of Con, and the Whalers probably more passive than they've ever been so far on his T side. Look at the setup from the T line.
Yeah, it's slow. It's very, very slow. It's only until we get to about a minute on the clock that finally they put down a window smoke to try and gain some mid control. It's going to be Bentley coming up first with the bomb, I should say. A lot of players in mid, though. There's 3 here from the CT side.
40 seconds. Whalers need the hit. The Molotov goes down.
Look at Carson. He's pushing the B apartments, Jay. He's going to get so much information. He's going to backstab them from underpass.
So he's got the opening kill as well. Carson doubles up. 30 seconds. The Whalers in a 5 versus 3. This is the advantage they need right here with the Rebirth side. 4-pack's going to drop the bomb in CT control. Pone alone gets the trade, but he's on 4 HP. And DJ now left with it all to do. Not enough time, not enough presence. And speaking of time, it looks like overtime is on the table. Retchy closes it 15-all. What a map we're going to be seeing. And we'll come back with that OT after this break.
Seeing the stars reminds me of you. Oh, oh, oh. You left me with scars, but I know that one day you'll see it through. You give me air to breathe, you give me light to see. Oh, when things are out of reach, you bring them back to me. Back to me. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. Talking to myself and I can't focus. Yeah, I'm broken. The door is closing. Wanna be a part of something more than this. I've lost control of it. I've lost control. You give me air to breathe. You give me light to see. Oh, when things are out of reach, you bring them back to me. Back to me. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. I don't wanna fight it. It's time to let it go. It's time.
Well, we said it would be a close one. And indeed, close it has been between Rebirth and the New England Whalers. 15-all on this second map. The New England side looking to secure themselves a series victory. Rebirth are trying to push us to that third map here, Dweg. And both squads have been back and forth about this entire affair.
Now, Jay, because it is an RMR event, it is MR3 10K, so the CTs need to be careful if they're investing into the double orbs like what we have seen from Rebirth here. Zodic's picked up one of them, and 4-Pack is going for a really unorthodox orb duel. He's trying to take it aggressive in the underpass.
Held here. There's AWP ready to receive, ready to shut any underpass presence down, but for the New England Whalers, no such presence will be seen. They're moving up through short. Phantom's got passive positions. And the Whalers side are still the odds-on favourites to win this series. They just need to get the next 4 rounds. As long as they can do that, they'll be absolutely fine. Flashes over, sprays through. Zotic going to open up the round, though. Phantom there with a secondary kill. Transfers the spray to the second on short. And Zotic is fragging away with the orb. 4-Pack even gets his kill in this one. On 29 so far, Rebirth have had some incredible performances with the orbs so far on the CT side, and not a single player falls for them.
And I tell you what, I think the Whalers need to try and stay away from that B bomb side, Jay. They have not found a lot of success over at B. It seems like it's the split through A's or just the executions towards that A bomb side where they have been able to find more rounds on that T side. Rebirth, what a shutdown from them, and finally 4Pack's playing the underpass, working out lovely to backstab in the end. Lining themselves up for the simple A execution, but Rebirth, rather than playing deep and passive onto the side, they're actually looking to go deep and aggressive into ramp.
AWP on Retchi there in the ramp position. The T-side Whalers smokes go down here towards the A site, set piece in. Where are the flashes? Where is the hit coming through? Got them on site, shot missed out from the AWP. Instead, Retchi will take the frag of his own right. AK setting for one good frag. Benley swings wide, gets a headshot of his own accord, and Zotic back towards Dark will swing back in for another good frag. Second kill, Boo blind, trades it to a 3-on-3, and DJ up the Palace entrance, can't see Carson, 4Pack leaning in, and Ponalone will drop Carson for his own good shot. 4Pack at the edge of that smoke, barely spots the T-side player, also missing his shot. He falls in the end, with Phantom standing alone. DJ comes up with 2, and the Whalers chime back in.
Oh my goodness, what even was that round, Jay? There were so many trades that came in quick succession. We saw Rebirth trying to establish a bit of an aggressive ramp set. Now, for the Whalers, they didn't have a flashbang. They didn't have anything. The flashes came over the top. There was no flashbang for the entrance of ramp. It ended up just being a wide swing once the first kill came in favor of the CT side. Benley found the trade. Zotic was trying to play around the under balcony position. The Whalers find a return. 16-16, we're tied up again.
4Pack will find the kill on Rampage next here. Good kill to start. Back in for a secondary frag. So Prestable's on the boss, but still picking up on every T-side player he sees. He will fall to Boo, but meanwhile, Ponalone goes down to Phantom. Zotic goes falling in trade. He's got his back turned towards the T-side player. This is all down to timing at the edge of the smoke. Who's going to see who first as it starts to clear? Whose crosshairs on who? Retchi makes his way past it, sprays back, and now they've traded paces. Bomb's going to get picked up here at the T-spawn as Boo goes down. DJ stands alone in a 1-on-3, and Carson's creeping up the pack, catching all this info. Retchi will close the half, advantage to the Rebirth side.
That was a very good half, Jay. Very strong coming out from the Rebirth side, and honestly, it was the double orbs that were really doing the majority of the damage, I kind of want to say. We're swapping halves now. Whalers are on CT. Are they going to go double orbs? We know that Benley's normally the secondary AWP player, but it looks like Rampage is going to be the one to ask for it, Jay.
It's a very different stance for the New England Whalers, but will it be enough? Double orbs out from the Rebirth side. Meanwhile, 4Pack and Zotic have had great success on this so far. Now why not try to get the entries here on the T side? Out towards top mid, they can't quite catch those players here. We'll back up a little bit as the CTs try and wrap back around here. The defensive is pretty passive at the moment, but Rebirth more passive-aggressive, not set towards the site execution just yet, just trying to find those opening kills and overextensions.
Slowing it down. Now, they haven't really taken any mid-control just yet. Carson's going to try and clear out the connector area from underpass. Ponalone could be on for a bit of a contact, but it's actually the lurk play out from Zotic that's going to get taken down from Rampage. Now you'd expect a play into connector needs to come through to find some map control.
Whalers have started. Can they end it off? Flashes over from Ponalone. Here up to the connector position. The AWP 4Pack still watching for something, but they can't see anything at all. So passive from both sides, the off angles. And you're right about that. They will pick it up as 4Pack gets that trade back on Rampage. Boo gets Carson to fall, though. Now in the apartments, Retch is going to try and add, and that bomb's going to make its way in towards the B site. And you're right about this. They think it's going to be an A play. Benley, the only player standing on the defensive.
They need to get these rotations in quickly. 4Pack's doing a really good job of pulling everyone over to A. It's only Benley to B, and you've got to think from Retchi, is he going to be able to read the play? Benley does not know. Finally, he should start to hear the footsteps. Now he's going to hear the bomb plan, and they don't know he's here. Benley could be able to find both of these kills. That's the first. The trade coming out. It's a 2 versus 2, and 4Pack's got jungle control.
Cutting off those rotations, looking back in for another, but Ponalone has the angle on lock with the AWP. Slow faces round that corner, gets the kill, and now Retchi stands alone, defending against both players, coming in from the market area. Plays good for 1 and 2 as he clutches it, and Rebirth gets a map point first. Here in OT, the Whalers need to take a second and 2 rounds in a row to find it.
Oh my goodness, a clutch when it means everything. Richie in the 1 versus 2, aggressing in market, trying to cut off the rotations, and no one's ready for it in the Whalers. Massive, massive play. And now Bentley's going to take over the second AWP role rather than Rampage. Rebirth 1 round away from winning their map pick of Mirage and trying to take us to Inferno.
Phantom out of the gate so quick. Flashes coming in. Rebirth with a basic set of flashes to make their way on. There's 4 back with the AWP pick on the boost. Brace from Rampage. Desperate to find Retchy. He can't get it. DJ trades 1. Traded back by Zotic. Now 2 standing. It's both of the AWPers here towards Connector and Short. Flashbang catches Ponalone blind. And Bentley is the only thing standing between the Whalers and defeat. Bomb plant, missed shot. Zotic gets the kill. And Rebirth win the OT, win the map, and take us to a 3rd in this